Hello viewers, welcome to my YouTube channel Chem Corona. Myself Mayuresh Raut, Assistant Professor, Department of Pharmaceutical Chemistry, Sinhagad Institute of Pharmaceutical Sciences, Lonavala. In this video, we are going to discuss methods of resolution of racemic mixture. By the end of this topic, the learner should be able to understand what is racemic mixture, what do you mean by resolution? What are the different methods for resolution of racemic mixture and the various advantages and disadvantages of different methods? So, what do you mean by racemic mixture? Racemic mixture is also called as racemic modification. It is an equimolar mixture of dextro and levoenantiomer. It is denoted by Dl or plus minus sign. Racemic modification is optically inactive. This is because the enantiomers rotate the plane of plane polarized light in opposite directions with equal magnitude. When mixed together in equal parts, rotation caused by one isomer is cancelled by the other isomer. So that's why racemic mixture is optically inactive. Now, what do you mean by resolution? Resolution is the process of separation of racemic mixture or racemic modification into two pure enantiomers. The different methods for resolution of racemic mixture are as follows. First, mechanical separation, preferential crystallization, biochemical separation, complex formation, chromatography, kinetic method, by diastereomerism, and by asymmetric transformation. So these are the different methods of resolution of racemic mixture. Now let us discuss these methods in detail one by one. First method, that is mechanical separation. This method is of historical importance as it was first discovered by Pasteur in 1884. In this method, we are using magnifying lens and small forceps. Here, the crystals of two enantiomers have different shapes, and being mirror image of each other, they can be separated with the help of magnifying lens and a small forceps. Example, that is sodium ammonium tartrate crystallizes out in the form of racemic mixture below 27 degrees Celsius. The two types of crystals are then collected in separate containers. But at the same time, there are some disadvantages of this method. The first disadvantage is that it is laborious and time consuming. It is also troublesome and incomplete process. And it is not applicable to racemic compounds and solid solutions. The second method is preferential crystallization. This method was discovered by Gurnes in 1886. In this method, the seeding of saturated solution of racemic mixture with pure crystals of the other enantiomer is done. So now the solution becomes supersaturated with respect to the added enantiomer. Example is crystals of negative asparagine crystallizes out positive sodium ammonium tartrate from a solution of racemic modification. The third method is biochemical separation. This method was discovered by Pasteur. In this method, microorganisms are grown in dilute solutions of racemic modification. We know that living organisms, they contain optically active biocatalysts called as enzyme. So, using penicillium glaucum, we can separate out the crystals of ammonium tartrate. There are some merits and demerits of biochemical separation. Merit of biochemical separation is it is highly specific method. Why? Because we know that enzymes, they are nothing but biocatalyst, and there is high extent of resolution. The demerits of this method is it is difficult to find out proper microorganism and one enantiomer is obtained at the expense of other. Sometimes the racemic modification may be toxic to the microorganism, and there are chances that the microorganism may die, leading to incomplete separation. Since we are using dilute solution for this method of separation, the yields obtained are very poor. The fourth method is complex formation. In this method, racemic modification forms crystalline diastereomeric complexes with dissymmetric reagent. If the two diastereomeric complexes possess different solubilities, one will precipitate out in preference to the other. After this, the two original enantiomers can be obtained from the two complexes by decomposition using heat, dissolution, chromatography, or chemical treatment. Fifth method is chromatography. Chromatography method of resolution is of limited use because in this process the racemate gets adsorbed by some optically active adsorbent. The process involves addition of a solution of racemic modification over optically active adsorbent and collecting the two enantiomers from the adsorbate. We can see here in the diagram the column is packed with a chiral column packing, and then we add our racemic mixture, which after some times will lead to separation as positive enantiomer and negative enantiomer. The sixth method is kinetic method. This was introduced by Marquardt and Mackenzie in 1886. In kinetic resolution, the two enantiomers show different reaction rates in a chemical reaction, thereby creating an excess of less reactive enantiomer. So this method is based on the fact that one enantiomer of some racemic modification react faster than the other with an optically active compound. Next is resolution of racemic mixture by diastereomerism. It is the best method for resolution of racemic modification. In this method, enantiomers of racemic modification are converted to diastereomers with the aid of pure enantiomer of another compound. Diastereomers are non-identical and they have different physical properties, especially their solubilities are different, and hence they can easily be separated into two components by fractional crystallization. And after the complete separation of two diastereomer, they are converted back into original chemical constituents by appropriate reactions, and each diastereomer will produce an enantiomer of the other. The success of this method depends upon the following points. First, the diastereomer should easily be formed in a crystalline form. They must be easily converted back into the parent compound by suitable reaction. And the third is the resolving agent should either be cheap or readily prepared or readily and quantitatively recoverable after resolution. All these conditions are generally met by salts, which are usually prepared by mixing organic acids and bases. Hence, it is easier to resolve acids or amines. But at the same time, there are some difficulties in resolution by diastereomers. The first difficulty is pure optically active reagents are costly, rare, and very difficult to prepare. Second, decomposition of diastereomers into enantiomers sometimes leads to racemization. Third difficulty is diastereomers may have wide range of difference in solubility, and thus complete separation of diastereomers may not be possible. Fourth difficulty is pure optically active reagents being costly and rare, their recovery is essential, but recovery of such reagents often fails. The last method is asymmetric transformation. The phenomenon of asymmetric transformation is exhibited by optically unstable compound, that is, when the enantiomers are readily interconvertible. Asymmetric transformation may be of either first order or second order. If equimolar amount of optically stable and optically unstable acids are dissolved in a solvent, just at the time of mixing, the solution will contain equal amount of two diastereomers, but since the acid is optically unstable at the time of equilibrium, the two diastereomers will be present in unequal amounts. This establishment of equilibrium in solution between the two diastereomers having a real existence is known as first order asymmetric transformation. Whereas when the diastereomers do not have real existence in solution, the phenomenon is termed as second order diastereomeric resolution of racemic mixture. Thank you for patient listening and happy learning. Like, share and subscribe my YouTube channel Chem Karo Now.